The rich and playboy life of Leonardo DiCaprio. Aside being one of the greatest actors of this generation and having quite a noteworthy history in his love life, the great Leonardo DiCaprio is also a super wealthy businessman with a lot of ventures in his name. In that case, today we will be taking a peek into the extravagant lifestyle of DiCaprio, and of course how he spends his big bucks. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring that tiny bell to get notified whenever we release amazing videos like this one. Without further ado, let's delve right in. Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio was born on the 11th of November 1974 in the City of Angels, California. Leo was the only child of Irmeline, his German legal secretary mother, and George DiCaprio, his Italian underground comic artist father. Unfortunately, at the tender age of a year old, his mother and father separated, but still worked together to raise him. Named after the great Leonardo da Vinci, DiCaprio was a people person during his early days. He always had dreams of becoming a marine biologist as a child and attended John Marshall High School. But his love for impersonating characters and imitating people and a similar hate for public schools saw DiCaprio drop out of high school to chase an acting career. Leonardo DiCaprio's first ever appearance on stage was at a festival, where he danced spontaneously to a positive response from the crowd. He was also inspired by his stepbrother, who was a big earner from TV adverts. Leonardo made his first screen appearance on a commercial for the toy company, Matchbox, at the age of 14, but found it hard going into full-time acting. After much trials and failures, he made his debut appearance in the early 90s on a low-budget horror sequel, The Critters 3, and later got a more relevant role in the series Parenthood. Leonardo DiCaprio's emergence in the limelight, however, came from his lead role in the tragic film in 1997, Titanic, which up till this day is still ranked as one of the greatest movies of all time. He plays the role of Jack Dawson, an artist who falls in love with Rose on a ship set for doom. Since his appearance in Titanic, he has featured on some remarkable sets like William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Django Unchained, The Aviator, The Departed, Inception, The Revenant, and many other outstanding films. In 2004, Leonardo DiCaprio went into film production, creating his own company, Appian Way Productions, and over the years have been responsible for the making of big films like The Orphan, Shutter Island, and the famous Wolf of Wall Street. Well, it's not only in that movie that Leonardo has a high sense of business. Even in real life, he has made some amazing collaborations with huge brands like Tag Heuer, Jim Beam Beverages, car companies like Suzuki and Fiat, and the phone brand Oppo. He also has a lot of investments in upcoming technological brands and the digital currency market. DiCaprio is also a huge environmentalist. He focuses mainly on the war against global warming. Now that we have seen how far DiCaprio has come from starring on short TV commercials, let's go into how luxuriously he lives his life. Mansions. Leonardo DiCaprio is a very big fan of real estate and housing, and personally owns over $100 million worth of property all over the world. Some of his most remarkable houses include one in his home state, Los Angeles, where he owned a 3,500 square feet property in the lavish area of the Silver Lake. Leonardo purchased this house for $600,000, but however had it sold in 2018 for $1.8 million. The house was built with serious semblance to the Spanish architectural pattern, with 4 massive bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. He later bought another house in Los Angeles, but this time in the serene area of Red Oak Drive. Leonardo bought a 4,600 square feet mansion with a very spacious interior and wooden floorings. The house also features French doors and windows, a gym, a pool, a home office, and a guest house. There are 8 bathrooms and 5 bedrooms, with all these luxuries valued at about $4.9 million. DiCaprio's most relevant house is also in Los Angeles, in the Bird Street neighborhood. He purchased this house in 1994 for $4 million, and he later purchased both houses next door for $2 million and $10 million each, with one formerly belonging to Madonna. In 2014, DiCaprio also bought a $5 million estate in Palm Springs, California. The 7,000 square feet castle has 6 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, with several other luxurious amenities. DiCaprio also seems to make a profit off the estate. as he rents it out for about $4.5 million for rich individuals who wish to stay in the house. DiCaprio has a 104-acre island project in Belize, popularly known as the Blackador Cay. There, he has built over 50 eco-resorts that run strictly on renewable energy. He bought this area in 2005 for $1.75 million, and today each building is worth over $60 million. Besides all these, DiCaprio has several other apartments in his name. Cars. Being an environmentalist, Leonardo DiCaprio has stuck to driving only electric and hybrid vehicles, which are generally very expensive. Some of the cars he has been seen with include a $32,000 Toyota Prius, a $75,000 Audi Q8, a Volvo XC90 T8 Hybrid, which cost him $80,000, a $90,000 Range Rover Vogue, a Tesla Model S worth $100,000, and his Porsche Cayenne, an SUV worth about $135,000. It was also rumored that DiCaprio owned a Tesla Roadster, a super hybrid vehicle that can go from 0-60 miles in 1.9 seconds and houses a top speed of 250 miles per hour. The Roadster reportedly costs over $200,000, which isn't far above DiCaprio's budget. Luxury items. Considering the fact that he was named after the great Leonardo da Vinci, it will as a surprise to mention his love for art. He owns numerous paintings and sculptures, including his $38,000 piece by Jean-Pierre Roy. He also bought a $100,000 guitar by Bono and lavishly splashed $3 million to purchase the original Dorothy shoes from the 1939 Wizard of Oz. DiCaprio is also a huge fan of watches and has an exclusive collection from the Tag Heuer brand, considering his partnership with the company. Some of his pieces include a $5,000 Tag Heuer Carrera, a $9,000 Tag Heuer Monaco, $8,000 Breitling Chrono Avenger, and a rare Patek Philippe Nautilus worth about $180,000. Love life. This is one of the most interesting parts of the superstar's life, considering how women come and go for DiCaprio. It was brought into the light in 2022, after his relationship with American model Gigi Hadid, that DiCaprio has some sort 25-year-old dating rule, in which he doesn't date women once they cross that age bracket. The first woman who was publicly attached to DiCaprio was Bridget Hall in 1994. Then reports came up about him and Claire Danes, who was the co-star of the movie Romeo and Juliet in 1996. However, this died down after he took Kristen Zhang to the premiere of that movie. Since then, DiCaprio has been with Amber Valletta, Helena Christensen, Liv Tyler, Naomi Campbell, Ava Herzegovina, Virginie Ledoyen, Gisele Bündchen, who is now happily married to NFL superstar Tom Brady, Bar Raffaele, swimsuit model, Anne Violetsina, Blake Lively, who is now married to DiCaprio's fellow actor, Ryan Reynolds, Aaron Heatherton, Kelly Rohrbach, Nina Agdal, and Camila Morrone, who was his most serious lover until the couple called quits in 2022. Regardless of how long this list stands, it is rather ironic that Leonardo DiCaprio is presently single. Well, that we know of. Net worth. Leonardo DiCaprio is with no doubts one of the greatest actors to ever appear on screens. He has won an Oscar, a BAFTA, a SAG Award, and 3 Golden Globes. He is also ranked on the top 50 best actors of all time, and has been placed 8 times on the highest paid actor of all time. If you add up all of his box office success, he has made over $7 billion off his box office films. So considering his successful business ventures and his stellar career, Leonardo DiCaprio has a net worth of about $300 million. And that's all that we have for you today. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe so you won't miss our next update. See you next time.